Welcome to Planet Orange, where the thunder is louder.
Is there three to be taken, and you can say, we'll give Timmy that three anytime?
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that's what Pop was banking on. You know, that we were gonna cover the guard coming off, and then, I had a decision. It was Tony Parker in the corner, and it's Timmy at the three, and I'm kind of in the middle of both of them, and I contested the shot, but he knocked it down.
You expected a little help with Manu there at the end?
Yeah, no, I didn't expect much, just because when I looked back, I was checking for screens, and he was flat, so I knew it was an ISO play, but he went quick into the left. I couldn't change my feet to bring him back right, and it's a crapshoot at that point. There's not much you can do. He jumps away from you, he falls back. You're not going to block that. So at that point, it's either someone blocks it from behind, or he makes it, or he missed it. He made it. So.
Foul trouble certainly kept you a big game on the bench, particularly in that first half.
Yeah, the fouls hurt us tonight. I thought we had a good hold on the game, and we were doing some things that we wanted to do, and they never let the fouls never let Shaq get into a good rhythm, and they obviously hurt us really bad with Amare having to sit out as long as he did at the end after fouling out. So we'll have to do a better job of trying to keep our hands to ourselves.
You didn't get much out of Shaq early, but you're still in really good shape. 16 early.
I feel good about the way we played. I mean, we let it slip, and they made some big shots, but it hurts. But I can't be mad at it. It's a good game. We had shots, multiple shots to win that, and they pulled it out in our home court. So you tip your hat to them.
You said it doesn't shake the confidence or anything?
No, I mean, if we had come down and wound up getting beat by 7 after having a lead like that, then I would tell you, we let that slip away. That was, a bad loss for us. But having opportunities to win it, and them having to make the shots that they made, I can't be mad at that.
How much harder is it knowing the foul trouble that you guys were in, knowing that you still played well enough to win the game in certain spots, and it just didn't happen?
It is what it is. I mean, fouls get called. The refs do their best job to manage a game, and so you can't really cry about that, complain about it. We go out there and we had chances to win it, and we didn't get it done at the end of the day. That's not on the foul situation. That's on us.
Did this atmosphere at all feel to you like, it didn't really feel like for a lot of people like it was the first game of the first round? There was just an electricness about the scene, like could have been the NBA Finals or something like that.
It felt pretty electric. It was a good way to describe it. It always is, though, when we come here, it seems like, and I mean, I don't know if they're like that for every team that comes into town, but we get the best, and it's fun to play in this gym, when it's like that. So really wish we could have won tonight, but we'll come back on Tuesday and try to do it then.
When you saw the final play, Raja, with Ginobili, what did you see?
There's not, I was beating myself up a little bit, and I still will. That's just who I am, but there's not a whole lot I could do with that. I mean, I would have ideally liked to have got him going right. But he I checked for a couple screens, and by that time he kind of took off. And so, I tried to stay underneath him so he couldn't get right to the rim. And I did a decent job of that. Made him fall away a bit, and he hit a tough shot off the glass. And honestly, I don't know what more I could have done with it.
We're just going to watch film and sharpen our skills up a little bit, ready for game 2.
More foul trouble for you isn't anything. What makes you think this is different?
Well, it's definitely going to be different. All we got to do is just, last the first half. It's like every time we play the Spurs, our key guys in the foul trouble. So like I said, we'll watch film, we'll go over game notes, and figure out what it takes to stay out of foul trouble.
You feel like your team can weather a tough game like this better than the Spurs can? Come back better after a tough game like this?
Well, I think both teams are well experienced. We've been in the playoffs. I've been in the playoffs 5 out of 6 years, so I think we're well experienced. They won titles, which makes them an elite team. But both teams are experienced as far as playoffs are concerned. I think we both can come back from any type of comeback. With us playing fast break basketball, we known for coming back from deficits. So the Spurs as well, like they did so tonight. But our thing is just study. come back for game 2. They played well out there. Mama played well, hit the game when he shot for him, so that was big.
Sorry, you already talked about that, the one you fouled out on. Can you talk about what happened on that play?
Screen and roll. As soon as I caught the ball, I wanted to attack. Didn't see Kurt at all. By the time I saw him, he was already on the ground. That I think was a great call by the official. But it happens like that sometimes.
But the one that not so much hurts you for just that overtime, but then you got to set the double overtime.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to deal with. When you're out like that, watching double overtime. You see Tim Dungy hitting the threes, first 3 of the year. That's kind of tough to deal with.
Does it feel like it's always just excruciating the way you guys have to lose on this court?
Sorry, there's no need to dwell over it. I think what we're going to do is just get better, man. We're just going to watch film, learn from our mistakes out there, and be ready for game 2.
Series, if something fluky did happen, Tim hits a 3, first one all year. I mean, you have to think, at that point, the way you play defense, you like your chances. You can't do much more in that possession.
Yeah, I mean, he made a big shot, a very unlikely shot considering his history this year from behind the arc, but, they found a way to hang in and win. I think, we had the game won a few times and just weren't tough enough or disciplined enough to make every single play when it counted.
So how disappointing is this? I mean, they didn't get their first lead of the game until roughly 2:30 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, we got a great chance to be up 1-0, but it's a long series, and the storylines can change by the game. So we feel pretty good about ourselves. We feel like we're going to be really difficult to beat, and although we let one get away tonight, we're still away from home, and if we get 1 or 2 on the road, it puts us right back in a great position going back home.
So everybody's going to talk about the Tim 3, but I assume when you had the 3 or 5 point lead, you look back at the offensive possessions or offensive foul and turnover that you could have kind of thrown the game up.
Yeah, I mean those were big plays. We really needed to get more out of those 2 possessions. That hurt us, but you can look at a litany of mistakes we made. So take your pick.
Despite being such a tough loss, I mean, everybody in this locker room still seems pretty upbeat. Why is that?
Well, because I think we realize we're a good team. We realize we have the game won, and if we play like we did, or better, because we feel like we're capable, we can win the next game. So, it's really disappointing just because we had the game won a few times, but we'll use that as motivation to play a little bit better next time.
When you're up 16 in the first half, did you still have the feeling that y'all lost some opportunities there and could have played better?
Yeah, I thought the last 3 minutes of the first half we made some mistakes, and it went from 16 to 8. They did the hack of
Brian.
hack of Brian first. So but we also, I know this credit to Brian, the rhythm of the game stopped. It got chopped up. We made some mistakes and they capitalized, and that was a pivotal few minutes. But we still had our chances down the stretch to close the game out at the end of regulation and the first overtime.
Steve, it looked like when the lineups weren't effectively fouled, a lot of what you wanted to do and tried to do was successful.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. We had a lot of foul trouble tonight. So tonight we'd like to improve on. And we still had the game won a couple times, so we feel like we got a lot to play for still, and we got a lot of performance left in it.